Well, folks, it is finally happening. The lawyers who represented Donald Trump in these ridiculously meritless election challenge lawsuits are finally starting to face justice of their own. Now, it's in its infancy, but in the state of Arizona, you have multiple different lawyers who have now filed an ethics complaint against 21 Trump lawyers. They filed this complaint with the State Bar Association asking for an investigation into the fact that these lawyers filed what they are calling utterly meritless cases against election officials. Here's a quote. "Confidence in the legal system is seriously eroded when attorneys treat lawsuits as a platform for broadcasting gossip and innuendo, utterly devoid of factual proof, as a political stunt." That's what they wrote in their letter to the Bar Association asking for this investigation. 11 of the lawyers who they have filed the complaints against, because again, there's 21, 11 of them are actually licensed attorneys in the state of Arizona. The other 10 are licensed in other states, but they worked on these Arizona cases. And yes, in Arizona, it is not legal to file a lawsuit that you know is based on fraudulent evidence or based on no evidence whatsoever. You can't do that as an attorney. And they did it, according to this complaint, at least 10 different times just in the state of Arizona. This is what we've been waiting for, folks. This is what is going to happen to these attorneys in state after state after state after state after state. We can expect this in Nevada. We can expect this in Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, at least. Also probably going to happen in Michigan, because these are areas where lawsuits or challenges were filed. And as we know, and as conservative media was forced to admit this week, there was no fraud. But you might ask, what about all those hundreds of affidavits? Right? The affidavits that these poll workers, the election workers, that these hardcore Republicans all signed saying they swear they saw fraud. Well, guess what, folks? None of them have been able to back that up in court. So it doesn't matter if they swore in an affidavit, which most affidavits, by the way, are not. They're not always, I should say, punishable under perjury laws. Not in every instance. And we've also, by the way, had plenty of them come back and retract their statements and later say, like, yeah, I totally lied. I didn't see any of it. I'd like to recant my statement. So those affidavits aren't even worth the paper they're printed on. These attorneys are going to be facing a lot of problems. And even if they're able to retain their law licenses, even if they don't go to jail for what they've done, which I don't know that any of them will go to jail for it, some of them could be easily disbarred, though. However, what this is going to do to their reputations, that's going to be the biggest hit of all. This is going to forever be upon them like a scarlet letter. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what loyalty to Donald Trump truly buys you. Your own legal problems and the complete destruction of your reputation. And if you don't believe me, go ahead and ask Rudy Giuliani how it worked out for him.